Most of my installs that I do, I use the 3M double-sided tape. So fix the tape to the antenna, peel back the red portion, and I just put it up there and make sure it's snug in there. And it'll take a little bit for it to bond real well, but that's basically on there. That's not going to be coming off. So our radar detectors and heads installed. We have our shifter head installed. There's just one thing I'd like to cover with you, and with the shifter heads, it's very, very important. I have my little ruler here. You want to make sure that these are perpendicular, that the level that they are straight. And so the easy way I usually do this, I just come out with a yardstick, and I make sure that's straight, and then I'll get little levels to level these out. So it's very, very critical that you have those straight and level. So we have our antennas hooked up, and what we're going to do now is just one of the last steps. We're just going to dress off the wires, so we don't have any wires hanging out anywhere. We have, you see down here, we have one wire that's left. We're just going to have to get that snug up here, and we'll just tie these off. And this is probably the most difficult part for a lot of people, is bringing this cable through to the firewall. I'm going to ask the cameraman if he could kind of come over here. We see a little rubber boot that has some cables running through it. The only thing we're going to need to do is to push. Now be very careful with this RJ45 jack down there. Okay, and it's gone through to the firewall. Now if we come around the other side, I'll ask the cameraman to follow me. Here it is on the other side of the firewall. And what we need to do now is hook this up to our interface. Now this is the antenna, so we want to make sure we plug it into the right port. Our antenna is now plugged in. That probably took how long? Maybe 3 or 4 minutes to do. Okay guys and gals, one of the last parts of our install is connecting the display head. This again just clips right into the back of the control module. You'll see some double-sided tape that's Escort has in the back there, and against a protective film. Again, hold off on taking this protective film until we have it. So we're going to go in, snap this in, and find a good place to install it. Cameraman, come to the other side. So we just put the little control head right there on the dash. Here's our power switch, our mute, and we have that snapped into the controller. Okay, guys and gals, the last step of our install is going to connect the power cables. Our ignition is off, and we did take the power cable, the red wire, and put that into our fuse box, and we put that into an accessory fuse, so this radar detector will only come on when there's power to that accessory. Our last step is we're going to connect the ground. So here's our ground cable, and we're just going to tighten it up here, and we just picked a screw or a bolt that grounds out, and there we go. We got finger tightening, and we're just going to put a little more torque on it. We're not going to make it real tight, just kind of. Okay, so now, okay guys and gals, we completed the wiring. We have power, we have our display hooked up, we have the shifters hooked up, and we have our antenna hooked up. So we'll install the key, and we'll turn the ignition on. And you'll see our radar detector display is lighting up. You hear the tones down below. So we're good to go with that. So we're just going to finish. We know we have power. So what we're going to do is just clean it up and tie everything together and put everything back together. Hey guys and gals, this is Radar Roy, and we just completed the install of the QI45. And we installed the shifter pack, the optional shifter pack. So we have a total time of this install about just underneath 54 minutes. Your install is not going to be typical. Again, I've done this a number of years, so I knew a couple of shortcuts. Some of these shortcuts I showed you on this video. Again, some of the important shortcuts to remember. Consider getting one of these ATA circuits. It makes the installation of the power much, much simpler, and also using that double-sided tape. When you do get the good 3M double-sided tape, that's going to work the best for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you enjoy your QI45 when you do install it. Please contact us at my email is radarroy@radarroy.com. If you have any questions, like to contact me directly. We have our forum at radardetector.net, my personal blog at radarroy@radarroy.com, and then of course my buyer's guide. My buyer's guide is Radar Roy's Buyer's Guide, and we'll display all these URLs on this video. Hey guys and gals, drive safe and drive smart. This is Radar Roy. You guys have a great day. Thank you for watching.